How's it going? I'm Michael and this is Budget Builds. My dad and I bring rusty, crusty old cars back to life. If you guys enjoy that kind of stuff, be sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell. What's happening, budget builders, and welcome back to the channel. Once again, I want to thank you all so much for the positive love and support that we've had so far on this channel. I don't know about y'all, but I'm about ready to jump back into this thing. Weather's been crazy, as it has been lately here in the south. It rains and rains and rains during the winter time, and this car's outside. But let's try to get this thing wrapped up so we can get it inside. So let's go ahead and finish trimming the edges and everything, hammer some of the corners and stuff so it fits better, trim it up, and then let's get it welded in there. Finish this piece up front here so we can start working on the suspension and get this car back on its wheels and get it in that garage. Alright, so all the spots, I forgot to mention in the last video when we were doing this stuff, all the spots that are welding through the floor pans into here, we are using a Weld Seal weld through primer from Crest Industries. It's got heavy duty, yeah. It works really well, it seems to so far, and holds up really well after welding. And so this is the stuff that we're using, and we just take it and hit our spots that we're about to weld. How many scoops do you put per cup? 1 scoop per cup of water. Like when you fill your coffee maker up. Ow, it was right between my toes. Ow! Those two toes are welded together now. Be sure you wear boots when doing this. that thing recording? I think it's recording. Alright, we need to tap it around and get it. Hammer it back. Alright, so we got some welds run here. Got them run all down the top. Down here, a little bit of uglies in here where I had to fill in because we had a little bit of extra gap in places. You can see where we're burned through. We've got it all welded down there, started here. I've still got to weld the tunnel and under here, but run out of wire, so Dad's in my truck. He's gonna run to the store real quick so we can get some wire. Sounds like the wife is calling. It is. But we gotta, once we get our wire, we'll wrap up welding here. I didn't want to bore you guys with all the welding because that's all we've been doing lately. We're almost there. We're getting it done. We'll get that front piece made, get it welded in, prime the whole bottom, and we'll be one step closer to having this car ready to flip over. So what I'm doing here is, although the fitment actually was really good, but as you can see the lip right here, I don't know if you can tell, I'll pull you in closer here. As you see there, the lip kind of hangs up a little bit, so what I'm actually doing is flushing it up with the original lip before we put some seam sealer in there. Alright, so Dad's back with the wire. Let's go ahead and get this floor pushed back down in position, finish up this weld, get inside, wrap that tunnel up, and this front piece will be done too, and then we'll get that little piece for the front made. Alright, now I'm going to jump into the inside, hammer that tunnel into place, and let's go ahead and start getting some welds put in on there and get this thing to come together and be completely structurally sound. Now it's going to be dark in there, so I'm not going to bring the camera. You guys know what I'm doing, but let's get it taken care of. Time to get this junk out of here. Oh. X-brace is out. Alright, so after billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of hours, I got everything welded in here. It was a royal pain in the butt, to be honest. But we got it, especially doing it from the inside, trying to see with the lighting and everything. We got it all taken care of. So now let's go ahead and wrap up this front here. We need to finish trimming it out, clean it up, get the piece ready to go in and get it welded in, and we will be wrapped up with this floor. We can get it primered, get the sealer on it and everything, get the undercoating, and we'll be ready to go. Alright, so what we've decided to do with the pedal panel here, obviously everything down here is actually really solid all the way around, so there's no point in replacing the whole thing except that where the pedal box was, because we had a little bit of rust here and a little bit of weakness where the master cylinder actually goes through, and we obviously don't want that pushing through the floor. So instead of replacing the whole thing, we bought the panel, and we're going to go ahead and cut the piece out. What we're going to do is cut it just a little large so we can stick it up in there, and then we'll mark it off with our Sharpie, pull it out, and trim it up just right. Now we figured we'd just go ahead and do it that way, so we had it just right when we put it in there. Measure twice, cut once. Actually, we're just going to cut it, throw it in there, and then cut it again, but it sounds good.
Fit better, you know.
They said it's time for food.
Hi guys.
They said it's time to eat.
Is it?
Yep. Time for lunch, guys.
Lunch is time for pop-up.
That's how you get that whole front welded.
Alright, now that she's all there, grind it down. Not perfect, but this thing is extremely sturdy. For a novice, nowhere near professional, I think we did a pretty alright job. You guys tell me what you think. You know, realistically, we're trying to show you how you can do this in your backyard with minimum tools and minimum experience and get it done. We're going to go ahead and take this primer surfacer from Crest with a fancy little spray thing. Makes it much easier to spray. Coat the whole bottom here, and then we've got some seam sealer. We're going to run across the seams, make sure everything looks good, and then we're going to hit it with some undercoating. Alright, so now that it's all primed down by Dad, we're going to go ahead and take this multi-seam sealer from Crest Industries, and this comes out nice and pliable, and it's brushable, sprayable, and it's caulk gun applied. And so we'll go ahead and hit it on all the seams. And then I've got this fancy little brush. We've got a few of these that we're going to take and get it all down nice and good into all the cracks and crevices. And then I'm pretty sure we can go ahead and prime it. Or actually, I don't know if we can go ahead and, while it's curing, we can spray the undercoating on and it'll cure together. So let's go ahead and get to town on it. Paintable high density heavy duty rubber coating, and now this is not like the terrible original undercoating that it had. This is more of a thin layer, just a good protective surface to put underneath here, and you'll see as it lays out, I tried it over here on some other material. It applies really nice and it looks really good. So let's see how it does on the floor here. Go from there. He's better at this. I'm letting him do it. Did you see that? Did you see what I just did? Did you see that? Did you see what I just did? Oh my goodness!
Well, it was looking good.
This is the underneath of the car. What do you guys think? In hindsight, I probably should have put a little bit of seam sealer just to cover up the welds. I really love the way this stuff came out. There's a new pan. Alright, well there it is. A complete, solid, sound, super strong, undercoated floor pan. Now this, I don't know about y'all, but I'm extremely excited to get this far. This was a huge ordeal for us. This was something new. We've done floor pan patches and body panel patches. We've never done a complete floor, especially on a Porsche 911. So this was really new for us, and we hope you guys enjoy it and think it looks as good as we do. We're pretty pleased with the outcome, especially for our first attempt on something like this. Once again, thank you guys so much for the positive love and support that we've had so far on this channel. We're really enjoying this, having such a great time. We hope you guys are too. Let's get this Porsche wrapped up. Have a great evening. Thank you all so much. I'm like being repetitive here. Peace out. Catch you on the flip side.